Edwin E. Ortiz made his presence felt from the get-go, becoming the program's first Little East Conference Rookie of the Year and helping turn the tide for the men's basketball program over his 4-year career. As only a freshman, Edwin set personal career highs in scoring and three-point percentage as the Warriors won 15 and lost 11 and won half of their conference games for the first time in 3 seasons. According to his head coach, Bill Geithner, quote, "Edwin had an impact on every game he played," end quote. Edwin was a 2-time All-Little East Conference selection who sparked a program resurgence that resulted in the first 20-win season in nearly 2 decades and first postseason appearance in 10 years, both coming during Edwin's senior season. Edwin appeared in all possible 108 games in his career and graduated as the program's 4th all-time leading scorer with 1,438 points and as the program's all-time leader in 4 categories, among them three-pointers and three-point percentage, and as the season record holder in 3 categories, including three-pointers.
It is my pleasure to be speaking on behalf of Edwin Ortiz. I strongly believed Edwin was going to be a great Division III player the first time I watched him play this summer going into his senior year at East Catholic High School. I still vividly remember watching Edwin and the East Catholic team make a remarkable run through the state tournament. After every game, it became second nature to stand and wait to say hello and congratulate Edwin. This waiting seemed to go on forever, as Edwin always had to hug and high-five his family, girlfriend, and what seemed like everyone else in the gym. This was another reason I wanted Edwin to be part of our program. He was well-liked by everyone and had a quiet leadership quality about him. I must say, however, that during the recruiting process, Coach Riley and Edwin failed to inform me about his superstitious pregame meal routine. It wasn't until our first road game that I learned about this. The night prior to our first game, we were taking the players' orders for subs, as we usually had our pregame meals at D'Angelo's. At that point, Edwin pulls me aside and says, "Coach, I only eat Subway before games." Needless to say, over the next 3.5 years, my assistant coaches spent their time running around Gorham, Plymouth, and the rest of the towns in the Little East looking for a Subway sandwich shop for Edwin. Edwin was a scorer, shooter. From the first day he stepped on campus to the last game he played, Edwin could shoot and score. Edwin immediately became a starter his freshman year and helped lead us to a 15-win season after we had only won 9 games the previous year. As a freshman, he was named the Little East Conference Rookie of the Year. A career 40% three-point shooter, Edwin had an impact on every game he played. Edwin continued to shine as our starting 2-guard his sophomore and junior seasons. During his senior season, we asked Edwin to change positions for the good of the team. Edwin willingly moved to the point guard position, where he continued to have a major impact on the game. This willingness to do whatever was needed for the good of the team defined Edwin. His senior season, Edwin led us to a 20-win season and into the ECAC championship game. He had successfully left his imprint on the program and positioned the program to take the next step. The following year, after we won the Little East Tournament Championship, Edwin was one of the first people to find me and give me a congratulatory embrace. This act once again demonstrated the true essence of Edwin, a team player and program type of guy.
Coach Geithner made him feel like it was a family already, and that's what he was looking at. He was looking more for of a walking into a family type of environment, not of a, okay, you're here, let's just move you to the side. But Geithner made him feel, come on, Edwin, you're part of the team, you're a family here now, you're a warrior. We're gonna make this like we felt at East Catholic, and that's how he felt when he walked in with Geithner.
I've known Edwin a long time, and he's a really good person. That's it translates to the court. He's a really good teammate. Off the court, he's a really good person. That's why we got along so well.
I always made sure his teammates around him were involved in the offense, defense, in the huddles, kept talking on defense, talking on offense, boxing out, doing what he had to do. He was like another coach on the court.
In sync would be a good way to put our relationship on the court. You know, in high school and college, I mean, a lot of plays, a lot of, you know, offense, defense kind of stuff, and we always kind of knew where each other would be. You know, a lot of trust. I'd say trust is a big thing with two of us on the floor. I would know what he would want to do, and he would know how I would react, and more times than not, good outcomes would come from it. He wasn't selfish, so, you know, the two of us, you know, we had a like mind. I mean, it was we just want to do whatever we need to do to win, whether that's, you know, I rotate over and help him on defense and set him a screen, he gets a good shot, or the other way around. Like, it didn't really matter. It was just, you know, whatever we had to do for the success of the team.
I don't think he expected to have an impact on the program the way he did when he came here.
He's mobile. He can move without the ball. He can shoot off the dribble. But the biggest thing was he would, you know, we wanted him to get a lot of shots, but if he wasn't open, he was good enough to put the ball down on the floor and find an open guy.
From being a 3-year shooting guard to being a point guard senior year was a little bit of a transition, but you know what? Like I said, his work ethic, he worked on the handles, worked on how becoming a better point guard, how to run an offense. He'd always ask questions to Coach Geithner. Hey, let's go outside. Let's go get some cones. I gotta learn how to dribble. Hey, listen, make me work on my left, make me work on my right. Which way do I need to go? Just pushing me, just make me a better point guard.
His concern was the overall success of the team. His personal success, I'm sure, like everybody else, he wanted to do well. You know, it's always nice to see that you scored 25 points, but he would be perfectly fine if he scored 5 points and the team won.
Edwin's first love was actually baseball. Played second base and shortstop, and growing up, everyone knew him as a second baseman, shortstop, one of the best. Then in middle school, basketball just came out of the blue.
Edwin as a baseball player is one of the biggest myths I've had to deal with in the 15, 16 years I've known him, because he claims to have been a better baseball player than basketball player, but I've never seen him play baseball. I'm not sure why, because he had plenty of opportunities in high school to play, but he would just say he's the best second baseman ever, but never played. So I don't know.
For being in the ECAC tournament for the first time in the Eastern program, he made it seem like that was his NCAA tournament. I got to put the program out there, and even for the year he graduated, when they made the tournament, he was here to celebrate with the team, celebrate with Geithner. Even some of his old teammates they even told him, hey, Edwin, if it wasn't for you, your senior year, we wouldn't be here. He was proud of that team that went to the NCAA tournament the year after. He followed him through the whole tournament run. He was excited. He felt like a big brother to the whole team the next year after.
And I think the way he was brought up translated to how he played, you know, not being selfish and doing things for others, and all the stuff that you look for in a really good teammate and someone who's making the Hall of Fame.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present for induction into the E Club Athletic Hall of Fame, Edwin E. Ortiz.